Okay.
Do you? No, I need. No, can you just scat again?
You really like that.
No, I don't know about that.
I can't scat. We've been over this, but Vox Cascadia, episode 91. Connor has finally figured out, with Chuck's assistance due to video technology, how to get the microphone to work maybe a little bit better.
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Your mic's kind of hot, actually. So.
Yeah, it sounded real.
Kill you.
Yeah, unswallow it a little bit. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Congratulations. You learned how to face your mic.
I shaved for this, and now my face is actually covered by the pop filter. God damn it, Chuck.
That's perfect.
It's incredibly amusing to me that the Gen Z is the least technologically proficient in this.
It's because the entire time I've ever had a microphone talking to my friends, it was like that Xbox Live headset.
It's like Greg's.
Yeah, that's what I'm rocking.
Or, just close enough, and I'm so loud that my voice carries. But, I guess people care about audio quality on a podcast.
It's about the tone.
Like scatting. Skibbity scat. Skibbity Scooby Doo. Where are you?
Yeah, the whole fucking time we were filming the Hot Ones, Chuck's doing that shit.
Yeah, I haven't actually been able to see it yet, so I need to go watch
maybe
that.
you need to subscribe to Patreon.
It was a good watch.
I can just probably log into the Vox Cascadia Patreon and watch it through that.
You do.
No, you've got to subscribe yourself.
It would be more efficient for me to just send Chuck the money himself than give it to Patreon, where Patreon takes a cut.
No, but that doesn't increase our Patreon count. Which we're here for the metrics, we
can increase the count artificially.
That's what we're doing.
Get Sierra to subscribe for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
She doesn't support me.
I know. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the Vox Cascadia podcast. We are here with our buddy Greg. Thanks for coming back, Gregor.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to have you here, man. So we'll see you in less than a week. Well. Yeah, less than a week, right? You're flying Wednesday night?
week from today, I guess. Well, I don't know time zone differences. I'll be landing there in a week in like an hour.
Okay,
nice.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
So y'all may not have heard, but we have CRITCon coming up next week. For those who are not watching, I'm pointing at the sign in the back here.
You're terrible at pointing behind you.
I am pretty much. I got it the first time.
You gotta like master the blind point.
Your video is like crazy laggy right now too.
Your
mine
videos.
Is it? Oh, maybe it's my internet then.
Yeah.
No, it's his, but it sounded like the right thing to say.
So we're putting on a convention in actually in about a week. We're going to start setting up for it, and then in a little over a week we start rolling dice. So we figured we'd catch up just a little bit. I got some shit to talk about, but two, we're gonna talk about building community and running your own events. We've touched on it before, but we got one of the OG KTCs with us, and we got Tyler, who's been here for all of them. So we're gonna get a little schooling on that. But first, I want to catch up on a couple things first. So there was a controversy last week, and I need to talk about this because when all the evidence came out, it was more user error and less about the quality of the product. So Connor,
yeah, that's me.
Connor's God hands failed on him, and Connor's God hands died, and I feel like I could hear Tyler cheering from Salem when they failed, because I would never. You would. You did. I know you were. But so in the Discord, in the KTC Discord, there's been some debate about which snips to use, what's the best snips to use. I am adamant that God hands are the best ones to use, and then
they feel great more than of the other non-God hands. They still clip the best. Even broken, they clip pretty good.
Yeah, and so Connor said, "My God hands have broke. My God hands have failed me. The hand of God is broken." Well, everybody came in and they said that it's the brittleness of the metal. It's the they're not made for the thick plastic that GW uses. They're made for like small mech models or whatever. Turns out, Connor, how did you actually break your God hands?
So I didn't realize it at the time, but underneath my seat right now is like a fiberglass mat, essentially, because we're in a carpet apartment. I paint a lot. I don't want to get paint on the carpet, and it allows me to roll in my chair. I essentially knocked them off my desk at one point and didn't really look at them when I picked them back up and just put them on my desk. And then, later in that evening, I start to go clipping some spruce. I'm like, something's feeling a little weird here. And that's when I noticed it broke. And for a second, I thought I broke it with the snipping of plastic, but it probably was when they dropped on the fiberglass mat.
So
Fiberglass mat would be wild, honestly. Like in the office, like on your carpet, that would be a crazy thing to actually have. Like it's probably plastic, but like imagining like fiberglass like rolling over and like cracking, putting splinters all up in your carpet. It sounds awful.
is it like glass?
It's like fiber. I think it's fiberglass.
can't be
Sierra
fiberglass.
bottom.
It's not going to be
Are you talking about
fiberglass.
those like clear ones that like have little spikes that go into the carpet?
No spikes. It's just a flat like mat. Video technology. What's that?
Connor shows this is
It's one of those plastic mats.
dude.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not plastic.
It's
It's
not
definitely
fiberglass.
glass.
So
I mean,
it might just be glass, but it's
Yeah.
not fiberglass.
It's definitely glass or of some kind. I thought it was maybe fiberglass. I don't know. I didn't
It's
buy
not
it.
fiberglass.
It's not plastic. I can tell you that.
They do make glass mats like
Yes.
for people to roll around on, like for that. So yeah, fiberglass would just be like a crazy thing to put on your carpet.
Yeah, fiberglass will just break.
Okay, then it's not
Main-
fiberglass. Oh, damn
Yeah.
it, no.
What? Tell us about the chemical structure of fiberglass and how it wouldn't be good for rolling around on an office chair. Greg, you're the chemical engineer here, right?
I'm not an engineer. I'm a chemist. Although my job is basically an engineer's job at this point. That being said, I know more about asbestos than I do fiberglass, which fiberglass was sort of the product that replaced asbestos.
Well, we're putting
I'm not gonna go into
asbestos back in stuff, right?
I mean, we
We're
should.
bringing it back. We're
Asbestos is
making America
fantastic.
great by bringing asbestos back.
Yeah, it's fireproof.
What is so bad about asbestos? Does it give you cancer?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's like the little it's like mesothelioma where like the little needles of it like puncture, you inhale it, and it's like an ultra fine dust, but it's actually like millions of little needles, like the Eldar shoot.
Don't you watch Perry Mason at lunch or anything, and so you get the mesothelioma like law for like the class action stuff for
I
it?
don't watch TV, Chuck. I don't remember the last time I turned on and watched
Did they-
actual television.
Do they still have those? I remember those all the time when I was a kid. I don't know if they still have those.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
like lunchtime viewing. You had Perry Mason.
Yeah, 1-800-EMPIRE. Like
Oh, I
another
do remember that commercial. Those are great.
fantastic.
1-800-EMPIRE today.
J.G. Wentworth.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need your
877?
cash now.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then the general.
Well, now he's with Shaq.
Yes. Shaq's doing everything. So,
Yeah. Once
but
you get
yes.
to that age, you can and it's not selling out. You're just like doing whatever. You're
You can't play
geriatric.
basketball anymore, so you might as well get money somehow.
I mean, I think he's okay in the money department. So
I don't know. Maybe he has like a
owns
betting
for
thing
Papa
like Bruno
John's now, I
Mars.
think. Yeah. So
But yeah, I
so
broke my God hands, and then I got a
Nipper-
new pair, and they work great.
God Hand Redemption. By the way, Connor, so I actually tried the kind of like knockoff God Hands. Like I through all this, I had to see if I could find a cheaper one. Actually, like the I don't know, like the $18 like Amazon knockoff God Hands that I got, they work really good actually.
Do they feel as crisp?
I don't know. I feel like there's like a not a placebo effect, but there's part of my brain that's like knows it's not God hands, so I'm just like
We
this
should
doesn't feel right.
We should do like a comparison video between the three of us. Order a bunch, and then also get like someone that doesn't clip plastic at all, like Sierra or Jenna, and like go from like the shitty $4 army painter up to like the fancy God hands. Now I keep it in the case all the time because I don't want to break it again. And to see like if they can tell which one's the best.
These are the worst here.
Yeah, is that the army painter? Yeah, that was
army
my
painter.
first one. Terrible. And then I came over to CRITCon 2023, or like the first time I ever went to Chuck's house, and I took one snip with it. I was like, "Holy cow, this is amazing!"
Yeah, it came all over the table. It was disgusting.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh,
what's your nips of choice?
I mean, I use the same God hands. I've haven't broken mine yet, so
Yeah.
I keep
I
using it.
haven't broke mine either.
so like now I understand.
I will. Oh, go ahead, Connor.
No, you first, Greg.
I was just gonna say, if it's something like terrain or something where the gates are really big, I'll use just like some shitty cheap ass cutters to cut them off, and then leave a bit of the gate left, and then I'll trim just the gate with the God hands. Because I think a large part of what is going to cause you to break, right, is if you pinch that blade between the frame itself, putting pressure on the blade, right, and then the piece putting pressure against it from the other side, right? I mean, it's just the same as snapping an X-Acto blade, basically, right? If you have
Yeah.
if you're putting that like torsional stress on it or whatever it is, that's what causes it to break. You know, either that or dropping it on a glass mat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either,
Speaking of
either one.
X-Acto blades, actually, I turned an X-Acto blade into a projectile one time. So I think I dropped one on the floor of my painting cave, and I vacuumed it up, and the vacuum like
Chuck.
took it, and I didn't know it was there. I didn't do it on purpose, but the vacuum took it, like it hit the beater bar or whatever it was, and shot straight up through the top of that. Like it was like half of the blade was sticking out of like through the vacuum.
Like the tube of the vacuum or the actual like vacuum itself?
Like the vacuum, like the
Like the
bar,
dome.
the dome of where the roller is. It like shot up through there.
That's fucking
That's wild.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like something from 1,000 Ways to Die. Like,
Like Final Destination
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Never actually seen any of those movies.
What?
I'm not a
Great-
horror movie
yeah,
guy,
right.
and I just don't like them. I've seen the clips, and I was like, "This is stupid. I don't like it."
Watch
seen,
Final
like-
Destination. You'll never drive behind a log truck again.
I've seen that scene, and I was like, "Oh, that's why everyone hates log trucks." I don't mind them until I watch that scene, and now I'm like, "But what if?" Every time.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
One other thing. So last week we talked about hobby hot takes. Actually, I got two other things. We talked about hobby hot takes, and on Spotify, we got a comment from Duckily that said, "Late submission to hobby hot takes. Grass tufts on bases look ugly and lame."
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
hard Duckily. Thank you for listening, but also
That
hard
is a-
disagree.
That is a truly
Absolutely
hot take.
disagree.
That
Yeah.
is, you've hard disagree from me too. That's a hot take though. I love it. We're here for it. I support your bad hobby opinions.
I mean,
I'm
I think
curious-
you could do it incorrectly, right,
Mhm.
where it looks bad. But like, if you don't do it poorly, then it looks good.
I'm curious. If you're listening right now, hopefully you are. Do you do something else for when you're trying to do grass? Like, are you one of those crazy people that has the little like magnetic
Stack grass thing.
applicators or something, or do you just like do what's the like stuff that's like cocaine but not cocaine, but you sprinkle on it called
Meth.
No, flock.
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 Yeah, I just know it's like a fine powder, but it's like green most of
How
the
do
time.
you get cocaine from flock?
Well, they're both little powders, and you sprinkle them on stuff.
I don't think you sprinkle cocaine. Generally.
Oh yeah, is it when they? What's the one where they sprinkle a little? Is it crack?
Salt?
Open and shut case. You know the
Oh,
one.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it crack? I don't know drugs.
Crack, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I grew up watching SpongeBob, not on the streets. Might have Sesame Street.
You know, I guess the one argument in favor of that position would be like if you are super detail oriented about scale. I guess you could make the argument that the tufts are on the wrong scale, right? They're too big for how big the people are, right? Like you're not typically walking around with random patches of grass that are like up to your waist, right?
Yeah, unless you're like going through a proper field or something. Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things when you look at it, you know, it's like you don't really notice it because you know it just looks good, right? It just makes the base look good.
Duckley,
I
I need to see your
fun
bases.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to see your bases. Post them up. I love grass tufts. I love excessive grass tufts on occasion too, and especially when you mix different kinds of grass tufts on your base. So I think like one single grass tuft on a base looks weird. Maybe
Yeah.
you need like a couple of them, and you need other stuff. Like it can't just be like astroturf, like or astrogranite, and then like one tuft on it. I think that looks bad for sure. You know,
I tend to like, you know, if there's like some rocks or other parts of the base, like, you know, I make it so it's growing out of the rocks, right? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to just have random grass growing in the middle of just a bare patch of dirt or gravel or whatever, you know, your base is supposed to be. Like you have to make it look, you have to make the tuft fit into the base. But I mean, I think when it works, it looks great.
I will tell you, as far as basing goes, tufts are my favorite part. Actually, like of even maybe painting and modeling, because I get to the end and I get my little tweezers out and I pull them off the paper, and then I like put them on there, and coming out of the rocks, and I use a couple different kinds. That's my favorite part. So definitely,
It's so
I'm sorry.
satisfying.
It is. I gotta see your bases though. Show us your base, buddy. Last topic before we get into how to build a community and convention. At least last topic I have, if you guys want to talk about anything. Tyler and I got together this past weekend, and we did the Hot Lunch Challenge for the Patreon.
Yeah, it was a good time. Really good time.
Yeah, and so if you want to see it, eventually it'll come out for free, but kick us a couple bucks. We did it on video, obviously, so it would have been real dumb on just audio. And sat down and had a good deep conversation. Actually, I feel like.
Yeah, I do too. It was a really good time. Anytime sitting down and just like being able to drink and eat with your friends is a blast. Happy to do it with any of the people here tonight, anytime I can.
Yeah, and so we ended up trying 11 sauces. We had some Beyond Chicken Nuggies.
They were excellent.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. We got into some like Warhammer stuff, but we got into some a little deeper stuff too, and it was really fun. Also, it was I don't know if you got this, but like I don't know if I was like staring intently at you the entire time, because like where the camera was and where I was, it was like, I don't normally stare at a person when I talk to them that much. I was just like laser focused on you.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think that's like kind of the nature of like the Hot Ones format, right?
Yeah.
Like it's that like deep, almost like overly personal eye contact. Like make eye contact with your camera right now, guys. Like, like you're just kind of like talking, like looking at the other person,
Yeah.
When people make too much eye contact with the camera, that's really freaky. I end up looking up a little bit because like my monitor's up here, my camera. So I should kind of come up, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah. But it was fun. Yeah, I had a really good time, and also had a hangover the next day too. So
yeah, a little bit. I was like, I had big plans to get a lot of painting done. I did not get any painting done.
I mean,
Sunday.
We went through 2/5 of Crown, so
like that's a reasonable amount. Like for
that's
three guys. Three guys,
Nick didn't drink anything.
Okay, two guys, two healthy adult men. So.
Yes, very, very healthy adult men. So, but patreon.com/Fox Cascadia podcast. Even it's in any tier. So $2 you can buy Connor. It's lunch money for Connor, and you can see the video before it comes out.
I still have yet to get any lunch money.
Yeah, because you haven't bought anything for the fucking podcast yet. I just send you shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
what if I buy you lunch, and then does that give me access to the lunch money?
Yes. You buy me lunch, I will give you $2.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah. You're speaking of real quick. One final thing, real quick. You're talking about Tomb World. Like I got some Tomb World going on here. I think I knocked out my scheme last night.
Hell yeah.
By the way, I have become accustomed to like GW primer, like the smell of it, and I went to Michael's and found a like weird turquoise primer. That's what this is. It's like the turquoise.
Okay.
It smells real fucking weird, and I was not
like
which
good
one
or
is
bad.
I don't know. It's on the. I'll grab it real quick. You guys talk. I'll grab it.
Yeah.
All right. Go get hi.
Do you guys have a canned primer of choice?
What's that, Tom?
Do you have a canned primer of choice that you like the taste of?
I was just gonna say I've developed an affinity for that Mecha Air primer. Like that stuff smells so good to me now.
Oh man, it does. It kind of smells sweet, almost.
It's got a nice smell.
It's so good. My airbrush is broken, so I can't use that right now. So I'm using the GW stuff because
that's all I use at this point.
To me. Okay.
Color shot.
That looks
like
it? That looks like it could easily be confused for one of those. What are they, like Prime energy drinks or some shit like that?
Yeah, it was. It's got the weirdest fucking smell. Wait,
what does it smell like? Anything that you could like attribute it to?
Chemicals, like real bad chemicals.
Like alcohol, like one of those alcohol swabs, or not even that.
I don't even know. I'll have to hold on. Let me just
look at the ingredient list. Like, does it say it's got xylene in it or something?
Probably like tooling. I think it's like the really popular one in a lot of those for like the thinner.
Yeah, they're
Like,
trying to move away from xylene to toluene, I think. But toluene's not that great for you either.
no, it's a great octane booster though. Shit's
Let's see,
fantastic.
propenic acid, homopolymer, butyl acetate, and ethyl acetate. That's what it says.
Well, it's probably the ethyl acetate that you're smelling.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the homopolymer?
I mean, that's just a nondescript thing that it's some polymer.
Yeah. By the way,
I
also
would assume some sort of acrylate.
the new nips, they actually come in like a magnetic case here.
Okay,
This is like got a little magnet on it, so it
that's
like
fancy.
yeah, like
But like it doesn't have Night Lord's packaging, which is like really. That's one of the appeals of the God Hands to me. Is
Yeah,
like
weird
they're
anime chick
amazing. They have amazing packaging. You
Hold
know,
on.
like
I'm see if I can find the packaging stuff.
like I would do like if I had like a drift car, I would do like a God Hands livery on it.
That'd be
you
pretty
know?
cool.
That would be
fucking
awesome.
Sick.
Well, after all the money we get from like CRITCons
Mhm.
eventually, then you can buy yourself a drift car because I know this
Yeah.
is a very profitable.
It is. Okay. Oh, whoa, that's a professional.
Is that the
model.
off-brand?
This is the off-brand one, yeah. So
Yeah, that's
for those are
that's some cute
listening,
anime girls.
it's got some cute anime girls on it. Professional model nipper.
It's no
You
Cortana,
should
but
keep-
it'll work.
Keep your thumb over the feet, Chuck.
Yeah, here you go.
Ah.
Connor, I'll give you the good stuff there. There you
It's still too blurry, but I appreciate it.
go. There you go. Got
Oh,
it
there
out.
we go. It's coming to focus.
They're in boots, you know.
Are you
he's
flipping
not-
me off?
Yes.
Nice.
No.
And no,
God, the video is great.
yeah, Tyler, boots are great. Like the only thing that could make Lady Dimitrescu, whatever her name is, the tall vampire mommy from Resident Evil, would be if she was wearing boots that made her even taller.
Isn't she wearing high heels?
I want boots with high heels, like one of those really crazy and practical outfits that you see in like anime sometimes, where it's like the high heel boots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you're coming to CritCon next week, come show Connor your feet.
Don't, as much as we joke about it, not actually wanting to see anyone's feet.
Your model, so the feet of your model.
That I'm all right with, I guess.
I'm gonna bring a bunch of ones, and actually, like anybody who shows Connor their feet, I'll give you $1.
That can't be worth it.
I mean, you know, it's
worth it to
Portland,
me.
so
Yeah. So
yeah.
True. You had the nude
there's
bike
places. Emergency nude bike ride. So
Yeah.
love that. You know,
Resist.
and there's plenty of places in Portland where you can definitely pay someone $1 to show them your feet. You know, they're probably already naked. You know, but if you're throwing dollars at them, they'll do most requests that are reasonable.
So, speaking of CritCon,
Mhm.
we are doing CritCon because Greg and Tyler helped start a community. So, I want to talk briefly about building a community. Also, I want to talk about like when you get to throw just even like a tournament code. So, Greg worked on our player pack for not only Killscream 4 but Killscream doubles. So, thank you very much that we just put that out today when we're recording this.
Also, thank you, Sean. Right? I think he helped out a little bit with that too.
Sean's helping with the rules FAQ and errata stuff. So
Yeah.
thank you for helping out with that. So
Yeah, Sean's been a big help. We got so for those of you who are unfamiliar, we're trying to put together a list of community questions and other sort of known issues, right? So if you know much about the state of the game right now, there are already a bunch of outstanding issues where there's just no way to interpret the rules, like, you know, there's no objective correct interpretation for some rules interactions. And this like went as far as to like crit ops and tac ops and, you know, certain team abilities and even like abilities like expendable that are repeated amongst multiple teams. And then Approved Ops 2025 came out and made a whole bunch of more of these basically, and some of them got even worse instead of better, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, what can you do? Anyway, so we try to be proactive and take community questions and search for issues of our own, search other discords, and compile a list. And then I'll be passing rulings on these, and we will have that for reference. That way, these will be ruled consistently throughout the event.
Yeah, that's really nice to have, especially like with so much change going on in the game at this current time. You know.
well, we're talking
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
the rules and the player pack. Greg, like can you talk through us a little bit how you created the player pack? I know part of it was you, like I do with most of my good ideas, is I just steal them from other people. But so you built off another player packet. But can you talk about how you took a? We basically, if correct me if I'm wrong, we took the GW player packet for the doubles and for kill team and kind of made it our own. So how'd you do that?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I will not lie. I blatantly ripped off the GW player pack just because I don't see any reason to rewrite things that have already been written as far as like conduct, painting requirements, just generic stuff right like that. Some things are just simple and objective to change. Like, okay, this is the times for our event, right? You just input your numbers where their numbers were. Um, as far as for the singles event, the GT, there wasn't a whole lot else in there. Change some of the wording around to be specific that we're using approved ops 2025. And just other things that were sort of specific to our event. It was the doubles that was the real doozy because GW's player pack for the doubles has basically nothing to do with how they had run the events previously. It was not great. So that was pretty much almost entirely written by scratch. So I had to define the format and the rules of the format and sort of clarify as many interactions as I could beforehand that are going to be unique to doubles. And also, again, talking about Approved Ops 2025, that threw a wrench into things because there are some TAC ops, particularly Flank and the Intelligence one, just to name a couple, where um, it just doesn't translate to the doubles format without more work. And so I had to make extra definitions around that and try to clarify it as much as possible. So hopefully, our big thing is, right, we have dedicated folks there at the event. Our job is to answer your questions. Please, please, please do not hesitate to raise your hand. We are happy to come and answer your questions.
Yeah, raise your hands. TOs are there for you to make sure that you have a good time, so that there's not moments where you're like, I don't like how that interaction went. I don't feel good about that, but I just wanted the game to go on. If you bring a TO in that, we have clarity on it. These are people who are high level players in our community who've worked with Greg to review these rules interactions, to gather up all of the interactions, and really make sure that we're doing the best we can on this, because there's so much in this game that is left up to interpretation, and we want to be clear, especially in a double golden ticket event, which you can still sign up for. I think we've got 24 spots left, something like that.
Yeah,
22.
reminds me, I need to add one more player. By the way, if you are signed up, you're not going to get an email that you to sign up for it. We're just going in and adding you to BCP based on the email address that you put in when you sign up for it. So
yeah, they make you pay for the ability to do that, and I'm not paying BCP.
yeah,
So there to get
Guys,
some of our money
BCP works so
sometimes.
well all the time.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Speaking of that, we are going to be streaming the event too. Actually, Sean, who we mentioned earlier, and then Zach, a couple of golden ticket winners themselves, are going to be setting up a stream for us. So we're going to be streaming. I think we're going to be streaming doubles, and we're going to be definitely streaming the Kill Scream Grand Tournament. Yeah. So look for links coming for that soon. I don't even know where they're going to stream it. I'm assuming on Disregarding Dice or YouTube or Twitch or something, but
probably Twitch.
Yeah.
We'll be posting the link up everywhere that we can, spamming it out places so that people can watch it. So
yeah, and we'll try and jump on so you can because we know you want to hear more from us, so we'll try and jump on in there. So
I'll come stop by in between rounds, or if I finish early, and be like, "Hey, zoom in on the feet of those models," and that way we'll get all the perverts' views.
You're not beating these allegations, buddy. When you keep saying
I
shit like that.
embrace the allegations. It's specifically model feet is what I want to clarify. Is what really does it for me. Not like models, like attractive people that advertise clothes, but like models that we paint.
Mm-hmm, sure.
If y'all ever get to the point where you're getting fan mail and gifts and stuff, I hope somebody puts in an excruciating amount of effort into painting that giant orc foot from AOS, like the foot of Gork or Mork or whatever.
What is this?
I need to set up like a PO box for us.
I
Yeah.
Most definitely. You know?
I'm gonna be googling Gork Foot AOS.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it
like,
even
you
seems
know,
like a piece of terrain, isn't it?
The Gork Stomp has like always been an orc spell, but then
Yeah.
like they got like a physical foot in AOS for like I think it's one of their endless spells or what the hell they call them now.
Yeah. It was it's a good model. So I think we posted it. It's one of the first things that got posted in your Foot Love channel. You can scroll back up and go find it.
Oh, okay,
You know?
yes.
So
Yeah.
Connor has his own dedicated channel for his Foot Love in our Discord. Join now. Links are anywhere that you may be finding this. So
Yeah, so I've got some Vox Cascadia like reminder stuff that I want to work on. I got like logo, better microphone, hard drive to archive, balls made into a face, and now I have PO box to send Connor feet shit. So
I love that this has become part of my life.
yeah,
you know, you
Um,
signed up for this, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
I was held at gunpoint.
so we're doing a convention, but for the people out there who want to start a community, let's just kind of talk about that and we've talked about the story of KTC before, but like if somebody came to you, Tyler and Greg, and said, "Hey, like I want to play Kill Team in my area, and I want to figure out how to get people going," what advice would you give them?
So first thing I would say is get a Discord created for your area that is separate of the stores. Okay. You still want to be part of your store's Discord, but like you're trying to like focus people into the Kill Team stuff. So because people will hang out at different stores if your area is blessed enough to have multiple stores. Okay, and this way you're kind of focusing a little bit of attention. It's often not hard to get people to join a Discord. You know, most people just lurk. And then as you gain a little bit of traction, a few regulars, stuff like that, people talking specifically about Kill Team, they're wanting to talk with the people that they don't regularly see, but they enjoy, you know, from the community. Your Discord starts popping up a little bit. And it gives you the ability to kind of break down those barriers between communities that would normally be separate and they wouldn't interact with each other. And you're gonna gather more momentum because like as players play at one store and stuff like that. They're like, oh, well, we're playing Kill Team. Oh, yeah, well, we got a larger community here online where everyone gets together and talks about it. It just becomes like one of those things that kind of snowballs on top of each other, you know?
Yeah, and as far as I'm aware, like for every major like geographical scene that has, you know, a kill team scene, or every major geographical region that has a kill team scene, right? This exists for them.
Yeah, basically.
And you know, also like not to disparage LGSs, but you know, typically they won't allow people to post things that are sort of counter to their business interests, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to sell off models secondhand or trade and stuff like that, I've known a lot of LGS that won't allow that in their Discord because obviously they want you to come and buy their new product. So,
Yep.
um, you know, that's again not to disparage LGSs. You know, LGSs are great, but you know,
Love them.
sometimes your interests and theirs don't align, and
I mean,
it's
they're a
helpful to have a
business.
place where they don't moderate.
Yeah, they're a business and they need to make money to stay alive. So I get it. I get that they maybe don't want you to post your buy sell trade shit. But
Plus,
um,
if the business shuts down, that can kind of be detrimental to the community too.
Yeah,
yeah, it makes it rough.
yes, it can.
We
It's
just
real
had a
rough.
business shut down in Kaiser, so you know,
Yeah,
it's pouring out for Shiv Games.
absolutely. I got Minute Maid
To Jeff.
to Jeff. So,
But one thing that I tried to do in the area to try and help build the scene was I just went to the store. Like so I started with Fade and Fury and then I eventually Mind Taker and found a day that worked for Kill Team. And I went to the store and sat there. I talked to people in their discords to try and build a little bit. And I brought models to build if there wasn't people to play, and every once in a while I'd get somebody to play, but eventually it started to get some consistency to it. Fate and Fury ended up like there was like a Tuesday night scene for a bit. Mind Taker has a great Sunday scene now too, but I think that's part of it too is actually like going to the LGSs and actually like putting your time in. And maybe you go there and you sit. There was many nights I sat there and built models, but every once in a while I'd get somebody to come in, and then eventually there's more and more and more. So
yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps. Like once you get that planned night going at the store, or you have like a kind of at least on their community where they're like, hey, this is when people who are trying to play kill team are getting together. It becomes a lot easier, depending on availability of tables at your place.
So I think working with LGSs is important. Once you got a small community. You've got like 6 to 10 people maybe that you're consistently coming in and out. Maybe you maybe get 4 one night, you get 6 one night, you get 2 one night. But so you want to run a tournament, and because you want to get these people all together for one day and see who's going to be the best. What How do you take that next step from just like doing a game night to actually doing like a tournament?
I think the first thing is you pick a date that's not too near. Like, you want to avoid holiday weekends because people are going out of town, stuff like that. Graduations, like major events, when you can, and you just pick a weekend and you say we're having a tournament. Um, if you have 6 to 10 people, if you're the one who's deciding you want to run a tournament, you're taking on that responsibility of being the TO, being the person that's going to source the terrain for it. Okay. And that doesn't mean that you have to have all of the terrain, 5 sets of terrain for yourself, but within the community. So, you know, you're going to contact those people, like a couple of your buddies, be like, hey, can you bring in your Volcus? And someone else has a set of painted up, into the dark and stuff like that. And you're just going to get everyone to bring in their sets of terrain on that day or the night before, and you're going to set it up, and you're going to run it on BCP, which is kind of weird, but it's straightforward, and you're just going to do it. Set the date. You're going to take some fees. You're going to talk to the store, and you're gonna run the tournament. People will show up, even if you only have 6 people that show up. That's a success because that's the first step. You just got to do it. You got to put yourself out there.
Yeah, I know that. So we've talked about this before, but there's been people like we run tournaments, but we've people have branched out and they're running their own tournaments, which is great because we get to play in them. I'm signed up for the January tournament that Western Dial's putting on at I can't remember what it is. But we played Tyler and I. The reason we were doing the Hot Ones challenge is we played in the Mind Taker tournament that Ryan put on over here. Played in the Contrarian tournament. Tyler, you couldn't make that one, and that was one that I lent out some terrain to. But yeah, they picked a date, they put on the tournaments, and they got it going. So they actually took that step.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the most important part right there. Take that jump.
I'd also say I think you need to hold yourself to the standard that you want the community to see. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're constantly showing up with unpainted shit and terrain that's janky and again unpainted, right? Like, you need to set the standard. Get your shit painted. Make it look decent enough. Because otherwise, right, people are going to want to invest in a community if they see that the people who are organizing the community are putting effort into it.
Absolutely. It's money in, money out on it, or like whatever it is, effort in, effort out. Sometimes it is money that you have to put in to like build the community, and like don't be afraid to spend a little bit on some terrain and stuff like that. While it may not come back to you in the monetary sense, you'll be blessed with many friends, hopefully, once your community blows up. So
we get friends from this.
I've met a few people I know. You know,
friends are like bullies. Little column A, little column B for some of us.
Tyler, you said something about investing in terrain. I know that's something that you and I have both personally done, and it is a personal financial investment for it sometimes, but you will get out of it what you put into it too. So unfortunately, the Games Workshop is not just handing out terrain to us, at least. So they hand out terrain to some people, but actually maybe they do hand out terrain to us, but they want it back for Atlanta.
Maybe they do.
Yeah, but yeah, that's going to be something to think about too. But also, like, don't be afraid to borrow terrain too. So there's all the people that bought the launch boxes. They're going to be the people that have that terrain for you, and a lot of times they want to see the scene succeed as well too, and they're willing to to let you lend it out at the very least
Mm-hmm.
to let you to push that scene forward.
Yeah, and like don't be afraid to put pressure on people to do stuff for you. Also, if you're trying to build a scene, like you have to rely on people in your community to do this. Like you can do it alone. It's not fun or easy or anything like that, and you're gonna have a bad time, and you're not gonna meet as much success as you would if you just like ask people to do stuff. Be like, hey, I need you to paint your terrain for this event. Can you do that? Can you get your stuff painted up and just like one color, base coat it, and then get a second color on it? It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be acceptable. Sometimes just having paint on it, even if it looks fucking weird, like it doesn't matter when you're playing. Like it doesn't have to be perfect or even good. It just has to be somewhat painted.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like seen terrain that I was like, this sucks. Except, I mean, we've seen some Into the Dark stuff at some of the tournaments. That's pretty wonky, but still, the paint was fine. So
Yeah. It's only like the terrain generally itself, like where there's like issues, and like that's not always like the fault of the person who built it or anything like that. Some of the stuff is just fucking wonky.
Yeah, I mean, how many people seem to have curved Tomb World walls at this point?
I have 5 boxes with curved Tomb World
Damn,
walls in
that's
my
crazy.
house. So yeah.
Greg,
some people like the curve.
I was thinking it. I didn't say it. You got it there, Greg. So you are our head judge for our big tournaments. What would you say to someone who they've got the date, they've got the terrain, they've got the players, but they need to be that head judge now too. They need to, like, I'm lucky enough to have Tyler there supporting me, and you are amazing. You fly into town just to help us with the big stuff. But what would you say that one person that's just kind of running the event on their own? What would be your pep talk to them as far as like to make sure that they are the judge they need to be?
So a couple things. One of the biggest ones that this is some standard I hold myself to. I know that not everyone agrees with this, but I am a firm believer in impartiality. So if I am judging an event, I am not playing. I know it's very tempting, especially if the event is very small, to be like, yeah, I'll just play too. Just I'll step away from my game to come answer questions, right? Like, again, when you show you're making a commitment to a community, people respond to that and feel like it's worth, investing in. And I think getting yourself out and showing that I'm willing to forego playing in this event to make sure that I'm giving impartial rulings is a way of showing that you're invested. Obviously, know the rules, but not you're not always going to get it right, and especially with the state of the rules of the game right now, you're not always there. There isn't always a right answer.
Yeah.
So typically for me, when I'm giving a ruling, I will show someone the rules and read them right aloud to them so that there's no question as to what the answer I'm giving is. If it's subjective, just try to make sure that you are consistent about it. And sometimes you just have to make a call and find out it's wrong later, but like you have to you do have to put your foot down and make a call, right? I think one of the worst things people can do is like tell people to roll off for everything. Well, I don't know the answer, just roll off. That's I think one of the worst things you can do as a judge. So make a call, even if it's wrong, like I said, review it after the fact and follow up with the players later if you want to. And don't be afraid to admit you fucked up if you fucked up. I think people understand that there's pressure, you have to make rulings, and it's better to be decisive than wishy-washy.
100% on that. Like making a ruling is like one of the most important things that you can do as a judge. It's what you're there for ultimately. And then like we go with the rule that like once the judge says it, that's the ruling. It's final. Even if we find out that it's wrong later, it doesn't affect anything. We're all working with the same game system, all the same weird set of rules sometimes, and we're doing the best we can. And we have a lot of people to manage at moments, So
This isn't NAM, Donnie. There are rules.
exactly. Like we're just trying to have a good time. Also, like it's not that serious. Um, if you lost your first tournament, like it's 6 players.
Yeah, it's
Because
plastic war dollies.
exactly, like maybe if you're on the line for GT, maybe then you can be like a little upset. But even then, like it's all perspective, right? Like how mad can you be? Like go out and have some fun, roll some dice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's a great way to get started. Also, if y'all have questions on how to do it, feel free to reach out to us. I know that Jed, when Jed was running their tournament, they reached out to me. I think Tyler, they reached out to you as well too, just to kind of
Yeah.
for some questions on stuff. Like I said, I'm blessed to have Tyler here with me to help with stuff. Like I don't get BCP, like I don't know the BCP stuff. I make Tyler do the BCP stuff. I'll do some of the other logistics, and we pair up real well, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find a partner who has talents that you don't have, then go with that too. So
Yeah, absolutely. Like look for people that have strengths that you don't. Like that's always like a really positive thing whenever you're building a community. It's more likely to succeed when you do
yeah,
that.
yeah, gentlemen. Any last words for people that are looking to start a scene or looking to run a tournament?
So do it. Just do it. We're Nike, big swoosh. Like
Yeah,
you're in
little in
Oregon.
China, super cheap. Go
Uh-huh.
Nike. No.
Uh, and also, I'd say make right. Might not be able to do it early on, but
Mhm.
make your event into an event that people want to go to.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, everybody's going to show up on Sunday and pay $10 and somebody's going to walk away with $30 of store credit or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's fine for what it is. And, maybe if you're still building the scene, it can attract some folks, but don't be afraid to really make an event.
Yeah, 100%. We saw, especially at the beginning, like we saw larger participation when we started putting bigger price support. Like just kind of like, especially like with the earlier events, we had like our price support table was like literally every single penny that came in went back to price support and then some. Sometimes, and we were getting good deals like with the stores that we were working with and things like that, Jeff specifically, and like we would have mountains of prizes. Like you could almost not go to an event and not walk away with a prize, because there was so much that was given out at moments. So and that became like just like kind of a staple of the early events, and like um, you can work out deals with your stores. You can do it. It's not that scary, and like you never know like what you're gonna end up building. Like you may start off with like 10 people at your first event, and then 4 years later you're running a convention. You know, it happens. It happened to us. So
Yeah. One thing with your stores too is I think we talked about this. Maybe we talked about this on Vox Scream. But your stores, if they buy from GW and they get a lot of Warhammer stuff, they get stuff for tournaments. So ask that question. Say like, hey, like do you have a tournament? And it's stuff that they are given that they cannot sell that they have to use just for events. So I think that's a great way to get some extra prize support from them too. And LGS is they want foot traffic. So if you can run some to their place and bring them in.
yep, absolutely.
And
So
not everything has to be like true prizes either, right? If it's part of the scene, like, say, hey, we're charging a couple extra bucks, but lunch is included, and you go out and buy a bunch of, fucking hot and readies, right, from Little Caesars or
exactly.
something like that. Like, hey, you don't have to worry about lunch. You can have lunch. Everybody can sit together and eat.
Mhm.
There's definitely other ways to provide benefits than just strict prize support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times, talk to the store owner. Maybe you can serve drinks at the event. Sometimes getting a liquor license, depending on where you're at for the day for an event, is pretty inexpensive, like less than $50. And like you can serve drinks, and that can be a really good time too. Do a like a barbecue afterwards. We had one year for our Secret Santa. It was right in the middle of a parade that was going on. So we had like a little break for the parade for people to go watch. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can be silly with it. Just have a good time. And like I said, you never know what you're going to build. It could be running a convention in a few years. You could be doing something wild. Um, I was looking, actually, just a slight tangent, online. The very first community I built for drifting back in the day is still kicking. There's a Discord going, 13,000 members in that. Like,
It's wild.
for real, yeah. Like, and it's like crazy to see that it's still around and that there are people using it and participating in something that like I built like way back when, and then like passed off to someone else. So
Tyler is not a cult leader.
no.
He just goes around forming a new cult every decade, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, like there's 2 decades in between the formation of these two. So not that they're cults. We're just like fun loving groups that like both have similar naming conventions. So
What's the name of the other one?
it's Kung Fu Toge.
You like that KTC, don't you?
Yeah, KFT back then.
KFT,
so.
KTC.
Yeah.
Connor, do you
KFC.
have your blast walls ready for Tyler? Tyler told you to paint it.
Yes, I have them primed. I need to dry brush them, but they're pretty much good to go soon.
All right, and then you are coming for a golden ticket. How's that training going?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Come on, dude.
Training
Jeez,
is.
Connor.
I've played a decent amount more games than I have before, but it's relying on everyone bringing Death Watch and Angels of Death mostly.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of Death Watch, but
Yeah.
I don't know about Angels of Death.
Maybe some Phobos. I'll even take those.
Yeah. No. Well, you've got like a week left to get some games in. You need to talk to your dad and have him get you on like. He's got the golden ticket already. He's coming down to play too. You need to get that like Karate Kid thing going on where like he slaps you, like rubs his hand together and slaps it on your chest or whatever. No.
I mean,
Teach you
that
how to
could
do
work.
crane kick. Yeah. So, well, gentlemen, thank you.
Wonderful talking
Greg,
to you guys.
great to talk to you. Good to see you. And Greg you got a surprise. Like, I didn't think you were trying to get on a video chat with, I think, Tyler the other night, and you ended up getting both of us pretty sloshed. And as
It
a
was
nice
fun.
surprise
Nice,
there.
that
So
seems pretty good.
yeah, it was good. So, well, everybody, CascadiaTabletop.com is where you can get tickets for CRITCon. It's going to be about a week from when this launches. You can go to at Lowbrow Minis on Instagram, diceroar.bigcartel.com.
Yeah, we got the World Leader shirt,
Oh
cover the
yeah,
Earth.
that one's came out.
I got to
great.
get one of those still.
Sick ass shirt.
It's so good. Thanks to Grant for the art. It'd be crazy if I got sued by Sherwin-Williams before Games Workshop.
I mean, you're just trying to find somebody to sue you, right?
That'd be cool, Like, I think that'd
Would
be
it
cool.
be?
Like, get a seat. Yeah, I think
Well,
that's
the
The
like,
only
can
way
use
to
our
make it
connection.
happen is to buy more of them.
yeah. I just I need to like get it big enough that like they sue me. But like I think the Sherwin-Williams one is like clearly parody, and like the other ones, I haven't used any trademark words in any of my things, so I'm safe. It's nondescript space spike warrior.
It's a really good one. I need to actually get my order in for that. At Spanaway on everything, and at Painting Cave Minis for me. We're at Box Cascadia on Instagram.
CascadiaTabletop.com for CritCon tickets. It's a good time. So we still got a bunch of stuff up there. TTRPGs. We got some free events, so sign up. Painting classes.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching or listening or however you consume us. We don't have a. Hopefully, somebody printed this out, like the actual transcript of it, and just reading through it. So, if you do that, let us know. I'll send you a copy of it.
Yeah, if you're archiving digital or physical copies of our podcast, we'll hook you up. I got a work printer I can use.
Send it to someone on a fax machine. That will really make it.
Oh yeah,
It's all e-fax these days. So it's still fax, but it's e-fax.
No, there's still tons. I work on fax machines every week.
Yeah.
Specifically fax machines. They're set up to only be used for fax too.
That's wild. It's like 2001.
Yeah. No.
What the hell's a fax machine?
Yep. All right, Tyler.
I'm
I
coming.
love you. Good night.